Hi guys, so I almost totally forgot about Freeform Friday because I forgot it was Friday. So I was making the other videos, I did the Spellbinders haul, and I'm looking at some things and I was like, oh, tomorrow I'll just do the Arteza water brushes like in my Freeform Friday. And then I realized it is Friday, oh my gosh. You know, Freeform Friday is brand new. It's something I just came up with for last week, and I thought I'll just use it like in my art journal and stuff like that. And so last week I showed you guys how to color like gesso, and it's just one of the uses of gesso. You can use it all different ways. And I really do like, obviously, watercoloring. Like when I did the alcohol ink marker review this morning. Actually, I did it yesterday, but I put it up this morning. I almost forgot how to use alcohol ink markers, so it took me a minute to remember. So a lot of watercoloring I've been doing. So I did pick up the Arteza Watercolor pencils recently, so any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, and which means I will make a small commission if you use those links. And right now they are having their Father's Day sale, so if you just add $79 or more to your cart, it will automatically take off 20%. But if you don't want to, you know, spend $79 or more, you can use another code that I have in the description box. Whenever I have a code, if I can find one for you guys at any site, I will have it in the description box. Okay, so I try to do my due diligence to find some codes, but it doesn't always happen, right? So this is a kit that I had picked up, and it comes all together, but you can buy everything separately too. But if you buy everything separately, it does cost a little more. So what I'm gonna do is cut this down and I'm gonna put it into my art journals, because unfortunately what I have in this art journal is paper that I don't trust will work the way I want it to. It might, but I had that premium watercolor paper in here from Crafter's Companion that didn't work so well for me with Arteza brush pens. But if I use the brush pens in the same way on better watercolor paper, it works really well. So I don't want to try this in there because I have a feeling it might not work. So I'm gonna cut it down, and it will work for a card, or it'll work for, you know, putting it in your art journal. So this set happens to come with the water brush 6-pack. So people were curious about this because this is the premium brush. The other brush they have kind of looks like this Vicky Button set. And what's funny is that my Vicky Button set, look, I mean, it's coming off. Because like I said, they all, you know, they're made in China. So hers are black. The Arteza ones have red areas, right? So this is red. All the parts that you see black here are red. But this is their premium set, so they're a little bit different, and I can see that already. They look more like a regular water brush that kind of doesn't have that big thing there that you push on. So it'll be interesting to try these out. It has like wash brush sizes, and then larger round to very small detail round brushes, but just a small, medium, large on the back, and small, medium, large of the wash brush. So that's these. And let's open this up. And then I'm going to use my new Jane Davenport dies and stamps that I have been dying to get, and they finally came in. And like I said, when I bought them, they were a little bit higher, and people say, you know, go ahead and call them and see if they can give you a discount, because I bought them, and not to harp on that, but like the day before they had their big summer sale, and even at that, their summer sale is even less expensive this week than the stuff that I picked up last week. So you guys, if you have waited, or if there's something else that you were thinking about maybe buying, you might want to check it out again, because some of the stuff might have gotten lower in pricing. You know, it's just, I guess, how they do their site. I don't know, with the Spellbinders. But we'll show you that in a minute. So this is Arteza 72 unique colors. It says they're expert watercolor pencils. And to be honest, I've already heard a lot of positive things about them on their website, but not just that, on videos. And most of the time nowadays, you're buying it yourself. So that's the thing with affiliate programs. I'm buying this stuff. So just like you bought it when you got hopefully a discount, if I was able to get you, find one for you, or if you found one yourself, I do the same thing. So people are, you know, you hope people give their honest opinion either way, but it's better in my opinion, because like these things came in really fast, the shipping was great, and I'm able to speak to that because I bought them myself. So I open these up, and they smell, I don't know, I can smell them. And I don't know if it's this, or just the smell of like pigment. It smells like paint, which is kind of interesting. I guess if you open watercolors, if you really do start using them, I guess they do have a kind of a scent to them. I never really thought about that. Yeah, they smell like paint. Okay, so anyway, so I have that guy. Oh, while I'm going through this, I am buying the their bags, the Arteza bags they have. what's it called? Like organizing bags or organization bags for like markers and things. And it says 62 slots, but it's not really 62 slots because each slot holds 3 of these or 3 of the brush pens. So it really holds like 180 something things. It just depends on what you're putting in there. So if it's a thick marker, then obviously it's going to hold 62 of them. But if it's these guys or something smaller or around this size, it's going to hold a lot more. So even though it says 62 slots, it's kind of misleading. But yeah, so we have these, they're set up in the way they have them set up here. As you can see, I'm assuming maybe they're set up by like brights, because I would keep the yellows together and all that kind of thing. But as you can see, they are separate and they are slightly different colors. These look a little deeper in tone maybe, and these might be lighter. I don't know if that's how they're separating them. And then these guys are more, even deeper than that, like more like fall colors. This is what I would think of this way. So kind of interesting. So I wasn't really going to set up a review for these, but I do want to use them right now. I was just trying to read what it says up here. So 72 unique colors, artist quality, 4mm lead, break resistant. I can see the leads are real thick, so it has a lot of color. You know what I'm saying? They're not super skinny. The core of the color that's in there. So that's nice. And then it tells you some information. Excellent light fastness, very good light fastness, good light fastness, and it depends on the pen, so color. So that's kind of interesting. And then this kit also came with 2 packs of their premium watercolor paper. So let me open this up. I have used their watercolor paper in their smaller books like this one, and I love it. I really like this paper. So this is the 30 Sheets Watercolor Pad Premium, acid-free, cold-pressed paper. And let me see what this says. So this is 2 packs of this, but it says, doesn't say anything on there really. It's kind of generic. It says here, 30 Sheets Watercolor Pad Premium, acid-free, cold-pressed paper, glue-bound. So I would think they're made of the same stuff. They have very much the same feel. It's kind of like a linen look. If you really look at their paper up close, it has like a linen, really pretty look to it. I do like it a lot. And so I know other ones will be more like modeled, like little specks. This kind of has like almost like a stripe, you know, like a plaid look to it. Again, big color block, so you can always just tape it off and actually work right here if you don't want to tear your pieces of paper out. Some people do that. It looks nice. I'm going to just cut it down. So I'm going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I will be right my paper here. And I can use it either way. It's a little smoother on one side and rougher on the other. I'll do the rough side today just because, but it might look different if we use the other side, because a lot of times with color pencils especially, you kind of want to smooth it on there. I think it might be nice to use the other side. But I'm going to start off by taking some of these Jane Davenport things. So I'm going to use these guys, this stamp set, and this stamp set, and I'll have the links and all that information for you guys. And I just basically hauled it to, that's already there in those videos. What I'm going to do to start this off is just put this face on here, and then I'm going to color it in with our color pencils. And if we're talking about freeform, I mean, watercolors are pretty freeform, but this one we're going to have a little more control because of the pencils, right? So I'm going to ink that up with some VersaFine. And I'm going to try to copy kind of what I've seen, some examples of Jane Davenport's things using this, these sets. So I'm going to stamp this guy. Hopefully that's, oh, really nice. So usually what I do is I let this dry, but we're not going to have to let this dry, because what we're going to do is go in with the pencils, because they're not wet yet. I'm going to go with the dry pencil, and I might even do the face and everything else. We'll see. With a dry pencil. So I'm just going to go with whatever's on this top here, because I'm not looking to make a specific looking thing, but I do want her hair to be kind of like blues. So I'll take the blue and the deep blue and like this deeper purple. And I'm going to make this really kind of freeform. I'm not pushing super hard, but I want her hair to kind of go out like this and just do some weird stuff. And maybe even just add a little bit of this down here. And I'm not being super careful with what I'm doing here, but at the same time, I'm not pushing too hard. I don't want the line to be hard for me to obliterate it later. I want this to kind of melt away when I add water, so I don't want it to be too just kind of stuck in there. Do you know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm just doing whatever. That's the lighter blue. That is Mykonos blue. Oh, Mykonos. Interesting. Oh, this one I thought was kind of more blue. It's actually a lot more purple. But as you can see, I'm kind of just putting in her roots, basically. And then kind of going from there. And just letting the hair kind of come out this way in a weird way. And maybe a little more here. And what I'm going to do is get the water brush and then kind of wash this out and make it kind of more artsy and fun. And maybe I need a little more here. And to be honest, I wanted more blue, so let me grab another. Let me put that, sorry, that purple was amethyst purple. And the blue that I thought was blue is ultramarine blue, but it's kind of purple. Let me see about this one. Okay, this is indigo. And I'm just going to add some of that. And I'm just making it look kind of crazy and going wherever. Okay. We can do more, but I'm going to leave it there for now and see what happens when we add some water. So I'm going to open up my brushes. I'm probably going to get some water, not in all of them, but in the medium-sized brush with the wash brush, and then the largest round brush. Okay, so I'm just going to go put some water in these. And let me see here. So these do open and close the typical way. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I know sometimes they'll have some that loosen the right way and then tighten the left. So I'll be right back when I get some water in these. Okay. So I'm not going to use the wash brush quite yet, but I'm going to use this one. I haven't used it before, so I'm going to give it a squeeze. Just push here. And you know, it's funny because this is their premium water brushes, and these are more basic, you know what I'm saying, because they don't have like a little contraption, or with these, I think if you push them even, no, yeah, it has like a little pushy ability, and if you do that, you get water going, so you don't have to squeeze it from the back, so that's kind of interesting. But I'm going to start down here at the base, and just let that water activate, hopefully. So pretty. And again, I'm giving it a little squeeze, because it's not wet enough. And I'm just starting with the hair, and just kind of trying to get it a little more wet. So what's funny is normally with like AI, I only want this to be a little bit moistened and I do my thing, but with this I really do want it to get wet, so I'm giving it a squeeze while I'm working with it. I'm actually letting the water kind of flow out. And I don't want to completely obliterate the lines because I think I want it to look like hair out here, like just doing its thing. So I'm just kind of following along. And just kind of letting it do its thing at the end there. But again, it is watercolor, so you don't want it to be too rough. So again, this is their paper. I mean, it's blending. It's pretty good. I think if I wanted to blend this more, I can come in and just rub, rub, rub. But I kind of wanted those roots to be a little bit darker. And just like I've shown you before, we can always go back. Oopsie. Oopsie. There we go. And get like your pencil, and let's say I want more of this one, and I just touch my water brush and see how blue that is. So you end up with quite a bit of pigment, and you can use it however you like to make a little more shadow, a little more depth wherever you want to put it. Again, I just kind of want it to do its thing. Okay, so let me clean this off. I did not bring any kind of tissues over here. I really need that blue gone. Because I'm going to go in. Okay. So what I noticed, even with my other watercolor pencils that are blue, if it's blue, it does want to tint your brush blue. It's not on there. It just stains it, basically, but it's not going to keep reactivating. And I want to make her skin color. Let's start with this one. This is burnt ochre. I want to see how brown or orange that is. This might be okay. And I'm going to bring it in on the very edges, and not too much. As you can see, I'm very lightly scribbling it just in case, because I'm not really sure what this color is going to do for me. So I'm putting it right on the edges there and just down the side and into her neck, wherever you think shadow might be. And again, let's just bring this water brush and activate that and pull it into her. I probably went too light. On her neck, that's pretty good. But I think I went too light up here. So I'll do a little bit more. And I'm doing this very gently because normally you wouldn't go into a wet paper with your pencil. So I did that very gently just to get the color down. And I'm just going to keep adding water until I can blend this out. And I'm putting it everywhere, as you can see, because I'm trying to keep the darkness to these areas up here. But at the same time, blend it out here. I can kind of still see my scribble, so I'm going to keep working on that, and hopefully the paper doesn't get too saturated. Not bad. So we're going to pretend the light's coming like up into her face, because that's basically how I ended up doing it here. And I'm just working on this top row, so I'm just getting whatever is here. Carmine red sounds good. I'm going to put it in the very corners and blend it into her mouth. And I hope you saw I just put it in the very corners of the mouth. That way it's a little bit lighter in the middle, so it looks like there's more light coming in there. Pretty. Just going to blend it a little bit more. So it's deeper in the corners, but it does come into the middle there. And cheeks, I can go kind of buck wild. I'm going to use this here, Fruit Punch. And just getting some of that on my brush. And it's going to look kind of crazy, exactly. But that's kind of what I want. So suppose this is a fantastical creature, right? I'm assuming we're supposed to make a mermaid here. I don't know. I don't know why I assume this is a mermaid. I guess because of the stuff I'm going to cut and put on her, I feel like it's a mermaid. That's cute. I'm going to get a little more of that skin tone color that I used on my brush. Let me blend that out. Oh, I like it. So, the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to put this to the side for now. I do want to do some stamping and other things, but I'm going to get the big water brush and I'm going to put water down pretty much all over. Okay, so it's wet, so I'm going to get this open. And I'm going to take some of these colors and just kind of put them on here. Kind of some of the colors that we used on her. And just get them going. So it's funny, this paper, like I said, I think I probably would have liked using the flat side better. The side that's not textured, because it would have just been a little smoother. But I did want to show you guys the watercolor side, what I would consider the watercolor side. So I'm just getting this stuff here. You can even bring this here and kind of blend it out. But again, because of that texture that's on here, it reacts a little bit differently. And let me get some of that blue. So I'm going to hit this with my heat tool. And then we'll continue finishing up our card. Okay, so I dried it and I just realized I didn't color in her eyes. So let's do something cool. I'm just going to use the purple iris color. She can be a little bit Liz Taylor. And I'm just going to color that in. And I'm not sure that I'm in it. Well, I'll hit it with the water, but it doesn't really need it. It does make it kind of pop, though. Ooh, a little scary. All right. So working with the paper, this is very textured. So it's kind of interesting because these obviously have different, the way you use it's different than your water brush markers or pens. As you can see, that's really smooth. I don't really see any like lines, you know. So with this one, it's a different look. It's a lot. You can see a lot more of the lines, which is actually kind of nice. I kind of like it for this one too, especially kind of just having some stuff back here and there, kind of just a little artsy looking. But it's a little bit different, okay? So there's that. And then what I wanted to do is, you know, stamp some of these little guys in the background here. So I'm just trying to think how I want to do this. I think I'll probably just go with black. And there's some sentiments in here and other things. There's stars in some of the other sets that I bought that I have here, but I'm just going to use this one. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to do it in black. I know black is very like stark, but I kind of want to do that. But again, you can use whatever color, blend it in however you like. So I'm just kind of, maybe go this way here. And maybe some second generation. No. Here. That's nice. Just a little something. And so now I'm going to go ahead and cut out her, oopsie, her little crown. And I want to see how big this is, or even the word queen. Let's see how big these are compared to my little card base or my journal base here. Ooh, that is very big. I might still cut it out. We'll see how that looks like. And then I want her crown, but I think what I'm going to do with her crown is I'm going to cut it from some of the artsy paper I made last week. Let me find that paper and we'll get that cut out. Okay, so I have all these extra pieces from when I made that Spellbinders book. And I think it's kind of a small area. How big is this? Ooh. I think that might work. Yeah, I'm gonna just use this little sliver here. I was thinking about using the orange one, but I think on the page I might put this in that book. It would look better if it was on this one. So I'm just gonna run this through real quick. I'm gonna run this through in black paper just because I want that starkness, and I will be right back. Okay, so I got this guy coming out, and you know what's kind of cool about that queen one is that some of the letters pop out like completely, like the E and the N, like I have them here. And I guess if you wanted to run it through with a different color and then pop those colors in, like just that part, you know, you can do like your letters with some coloring in there. I think that'd be kind of nice. Let me get this out. Ooh, this thing is, what's the word? It's very dainty. There. I was going to pull this off and I'm like, oh, that's part of the thing. Very interesting. Oh my gosh, and all these little pieces too. Okay, let me help push these out and I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know what happened. I was just sitting here and my kids started like stomping up there. Anyway, this would be very cute for a card or your book, and I'm trying to think if this might fit in here. Huh, I might have to trim it down. So I can put it on this top of this thing. If I trimmed it down just a little bit, I could get it on there. I might do that just to get this in here. But for now, I'm going to put the words. I would have to trim it in a certain way up here and then on the side. And we have our little crown. Again, it has some different things here. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with that, but if it's just for texture, that's fine. I'll leave it there, like on her head. And then I'm going to glue this down here. And it works. I think it's pretty cute. And again, you can put this wherever you like. I think I'm going to use some 3D glue gel on that top one. And on the other guy, I'm just going to take my little fine glue bottle like I always do and put it on the back of the word queen wherever I can, and then just stick it down. There's a lot you can do with this kit. Obviously, it's very kind of cool guy. All these things here. And then the little scepter and all the other fun things that come in that die kit are pretty fun. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was a fun freeform Friday for you to watch. Of course, you can do this with any watercolor pencil. My impressions on these brushes, I kind of prefer the cheaper set. Okay, so these are good. I mean, they're fine. They work great. If you want to go for the kit and you think, you know, it's a great value, then it's fine. But I kind of prefer the little squishy brush set. Basically the red brush, if that's something you're looking at. The watercolor pencils, as you can see, they're really lovely. I think they work really well. And it's a great value, I guess that's the thing. So that's what everyone always says, because obviously you can get watercolor pencils from all different companies, all different sorts, and I don't know that I've met one that doesn't work well. Back in the day they did put out ones that didn't work well, but now I think pretty much everybody has a really great watercolor pencil. You just have to see if that's what you're looking for as far as the variety of colors. They have a larger set than that, so I went with that set because I just want to start there. But just really nice. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'll have the links there for you guys, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.